In this video, we're going to talk about practicing chords. Okay, so let's say we're going to do the chord of G major. Okay, now let's say in your agenda you have something like this. Okay, so chords, each hand broken 5 times perfectly, and each hand solid 5 times perfectly. So what that will mean is that we're going to do it one time perfect at a speed of 80, one time perfect at 100, at 120, 140, and a bonus at 160. Okay, actually, let's do a bonus at 180. Okay, so you do have to do 80, 100, 120, 140, 160, and then you could do a bonus at 180. Okay, so you can do a bonus. All right, so let's do broken first in the right hand. Okay, so as we did for scales, you're going to think about what notes you have to play. And also remember that the second and the third chords of the key they change. So 1, 2, 5, 1, 3, 5. That's the most challenging part, going from the second one to the third one. Okay, so keep that in mind before you start. So let's start at a speed of 80. Okay, so it's going to be one tick per note. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. See how my fingers are relaxed? Okay, they're not going up like this. Okay, so they're relaxed. Okay, so if you did it perfectly, you can go on to the next speed. Now, most of you will actually have to do 2 octaves. So if you have to do 2 octaves, then just go 2 octaves, okay? But some of you may only have to do 1 octave. So let's say we did it one time perfectly at 80, so check mark. So now we can go for one time perfect at 100, okay? So here we go at 100, okay? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And so on and so forth. Okay. Now, if you don't do it perfectly at that speed, then just simply practice it again. And if you're having too much trouble, then just go back to the slower speed of 80. Okay. Now, you're probably wondering, it's probably going to take more than just one time to do it at each speed. Let's say you only have to do it once at 80, and maybe only once at 100, but let's say at 120, you have to do it 2 times. That's fine. Then you keep on going. You go for 140 and 160. Okay. So the faster you go, you may need to do it more than one time, but that's okay, right? So you didn't ride your bike perfectly the first time you rode it. You needed to take maybe 3 or 4 or maybe 10 times uh, to ride your bike well. So that would be for broken, and you would do that for each hand. Okay. And as I mentioned, before you start the chord, remember what fingers are going to be switching. So in the left hand, it's going to be switching in the second and the third chords, right? It's finger 3 in the middle for the second chord, and there's finger 2 in the middle for the third chord. Okay, so remember that. Now, for solid chords, I'm going to do another video for that. Okay.